Welcome to my presentation. My name is Aaron Clegg, and I'm here to give a briefing on the cyber threat intelligence analysis that I did on what I'm calling the Clegg leak within UPS. I apologize if my voice is kind of soft. I had a tonsillectomy about 2 weeks ago. So this cyber threat intelligence report was designed to assess the ongoing emergent cyber threats that are targeting UPS, with specific focus on what risks may impact logistics, operation, customer data, and international delivery infrastructure. UPS, which according to my research is considered a high-value target within the transportation and supply chain industry, and is constantly under fire from financially motivated actors and nation-state groups whose goal it is to interfere with business operation or to gain access to UPS's logistics data. Now, according to recent intelligence, there has been an uptick in scanning activities against UPS's wireless portable devices, probing of package tracking APIs, and phishing efforts against the employees and their credentials. These threats specifically provide a pattern of moderate to high risk to business continuity, regulatory compliance, and potential damage to consumer trust. Especially when it comes to things like downtime and exposure of critical information like personally identifiable information. Although no significant compromise has been confirmed at this time, a successful attack against UPS could have serious implications, including supply chain interruption, delayed package scanning and routing, warehouse operation disturbances, as well as reputational damage, as a hack or exposure of information could potentially spread quickly across between multiple UPS locations and facilities. Now, this report suggests immediate and strategic mitigation measures to help with lowering risks. Those would be like implementation of multi-factor authentication on all employee portals, enhancing endpoint protection on portable devices, and increasing phishing resistance awareness training for all employees. Those are things that are definitely crucial in order to make sure that your organization is secure. Not only that, but long-term mitigation strategies would be to, first of all, modernize old legacy systems, strengthen supply chain security standards, and increase overall cyber resilience testing throughout the organization. Now, to better guarantee resilience against evolving threats, these mitigations should be prioritized, obviously, in the next 30 to 60 days minimum. Which leads me to the next point, the benefits of my proposed strategies. So some of the benefits of having multi-factor authentication, for one, is that it can significantly reduce unauthorized access, even if the credentials are stolen. It also helps protect employee portals from phishing, password spraying, and brute force attacks, as well as improves overall confidence in identity verification throughout the organization. And the benefits of having enhanced endpoint protection on portable devices is that it can help to prevent malware, ransomware, and unauthorized applications from executing on laptops, tablets, and mobile devices. It also helps to reduce the risk associated with remote work, travel, and insecure network connections. With being that our infrastructure is evolving since COVID, a lot of people are working from home. That's one that's crucial. It also helps to increase visibility and control over the devices that might pose a higher risk to UPS. So those would be like your handheld scanners or maybe your work phone devices that you might have. Those would be considered high risk. Now, the benefits of phishing resistance and user awareness training is that it helps to decrease the likelihood of a successful attack, and it empowers the employees specifically to recognize and have the ability to report suspicious activity, which in turn helps the employees become an additional layer of security. It also can help to lower incident response costs by preventing infections or compromises before they occur. Now, to address the long-term strategies or the benefits for long-term strategies, specifically for like modernizing legacy systems, strengthening supply chain security standards, and increasing cybersecurity resilience testing. So to start with modernizing legacy systems, obviously it helps to remove outdated and potentially vulnerable systems that could be exploited. Not only that, but that boosts operational efficiency and reduce maintenance costs over time. For supply chain security standards, it helps to reduce exposure to third-party compromises, and it helps to improve oversight and accountability across UPS's supply chain ecosystem. Now, lastly, we have increased cyber resilience testing, which obviously can help identify weaknesses proactively by utilizing things like penetration testing or red-blue team engagements. And it can also help ensure that security controls are functioning as intended if they were attacked under realistic attack conditions. Now, in conclusion, overall, this intrusion, which specifically targeted UPS, appeared to be much part of a much broader, larger campaign which directly affected logistics and supply chain organizations on a global scale. Indicators that we were able to locate were things such as, things like anonymized VPN infrastructure, commodity rats, phishing techniques, and credential theft patterns, which very closely resemble other documented intrusions, which are aimed at organizations that work with supply chains on a global scale. Think of like our previous work and writings, like SolarWinds, them being a supply chain provider and having such a big impact on the attack. And the similarities between this attack and SolarWinds includes, weaponizing through phishing kits and OSINT-driven reconnaissance and exploitations of outdated system software. All of those, point to a financially motivated campaign. As with SolarWinds, this attack could also be affiliated with a nation-state group whose goal, besides being financially motivated, is also to disrupt organizational infrastructure, which could ultimately affect not only the customers in the US, but could also affect consumers on a global scale. Now, that cross-case analysis supports that the perpetrator of the SolarWinds attack could potentially be behind this attack as well. But overall, the motivation for this attacker, once again, seems deeply rooted to be financial exploitation combined with potential credential resale, fraud through manipulation, and preparation for ransomware malware. So this is why it's crucial to be able to follow proper mitigation protocols and to be able to protect your organization to the best of your ability, because commercial pressures and operational dependencies within logistics is what makes companies such as UPS such attractive targets, simply because disruption typically leads to higher leverage, which leads to higher payoff, while also combining risk. Now, without some type of plan or analysis in place, such as risk analysis or a brief on cyber threat intelligence, you're only putting your organization at a disadvantage. That concludes my presentation. Here are my references. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and thank you for watching.